We start at Bickleigh Station, built by the South Devon and Tavistock Railway and opened in June 1859. Much of the trackbed north of here is now a walking and a cycling route. It's not long before the line crosses Ham Green Viaduct. Originally built to Brunel's design with wooden trusses, it was rebuilt in brick in 1899. It's 570 feet long with 7 arches and curves slightly to the east. The 6 stone piers of Brunel's original viaduct can still be seen next to the newer structure. The next station in the Tavistock direction is at Shaw Prior. This halt was opened in August 1907, and much like Plimbridge, it was used by locals and tourists alike keen to explore the nearby fringes of Dartmoor. There was a pagoda structure on the platform, similar to the one recently constructed by volunteers at Plimbridge. Just over 5 miles north of Tavistock Junction, this is the entrance of the 307-yard-long Shaw Tunnel, carved out of solid rock. During World War II, guns to defend the nearby Harrowbeer airfield were placed above the tunnel. The line through here was demolished in the spring of 1964, when goods traffic finally was withdrawn. In the last winter of passenger operation, there were 8 trains each way through here and 2 extra ones on Saturdays. Most of them only went as far as Tavistock and were worked by auto trains. A mile further on and to the left of this bridge was Clearbrook Halt, opened in 1928. From Clearbrook, the line passed through this wooded valley towards Yelverton, where many railway artefacts remain. This Plymouth to Tavistock branch was authorised by Act of Parliament in 1854, but before that there had been at least 2 failed schemes to bring trains into Tavistock. Construction was delayed by the Crimean War and finally got underway in 1856, with the line opening as a single broad-gauge route 3 years later. In 1865 it was extended from Tavistock through to Lanson. This is the road to the next station at Yelverton, which opened in 1885. From here there was a sharply curved branch line to Princetown, which closed in 1956. Yelverton Station was behind this spear fencing. It's rather overgrown today, but in its heyday there were 3 platforms here. The main station building with its ticket office and waiting rooms was on the downside. There was also a goods yard. Trains towards Tavistock then passed into a cutting and through this single-track 640-yard-long tunnel under Rowborough Down. This is the north portal of the tunnel, and we're quite near the summit of the line here. After the tunnel, the line then crossed this stone bridge and ran over the A386 road on a large bowstring bridge here. Trains then went into Horrabridge Station, which had opened in 1859. It was the terminus for Princetown trains until Yelverton Station opened. The main platform and the goods yard were on the side used by trains towards Plymouth, but a loop and a second platform was provided for trains towards Tavistock. There was originally a level crossing at the south end of the station, but this closed in March 1952. The original crossing gates were said to be the largest single span in the country. Between Horrabridge and the next station at Whitchurch Down, the line passed over the 300-foot-long Magpie Viaduct. It was originally a timber structure, but rebuilt in Staffordshire brick in 1902. The line towards Tavistock is now running downhill through a cutting, towards the site of Walkham Viaduct. It was the longest on the line at 1,100 feet and was rebuilt in 1910 using metal girders instead of the original wooden spars designed by Brunel. It was blown up in 1965 and today the river is spanned by Gem Bridge, costing £2 million and opening in 2012. It's named after a local tin mine. There's little left of the original viaduct, which would have towered above this new impressive structure, resting on this stone pier. Around the corner and we pass through Grenfell Tunnel, which is 374 yards long and wide enough to accommodate a single broad-gauge track. The last passenger train passed through here on the 28th of December 1962, with services on the last day curtailed by a blizzard. This bridge in the village of Whitchurch still carries its distance marker. We're 11 miles and 48 chains from Tavistock Junction, and you can see on this sign LAN, which reminds us that the branch line eventually went on to Lanson via an extension completed in 1865. The final station on the line before Tavistock was here at Whitchurch Down platform. It opened in 1906 and was behind this row of houses. This embankment shows where the line crossed the street, but nothing remains of the platform, which would have been on the left here. As we approach Tavistock, this industrial unit has been built across the trackbed. Interestingly, it has a historic transport connection, being the home of the Roby Trust, a charity dedicated to the preservation, restoration, operation and display of steam vehicles and other historic engines, especially items manufactured by Roby & Co. of Lincoln. Another bridge with a distance marker on the outskirts of Tavistock, and over this bridge into the terminus at Tavistock South. The terminus is right next to the cattle market. The station site has now been cleared, and modern buildings replace the covered platform and goods yard. Little remains to show there was ever a railway here.